host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
All right, I'm Adam Schefter. Well, it's only because he gets the news or something goes out to him. So it's not like people, oh my God, I'm going to call Adam Schefter. I got to let him know. I mean, the Giants or whatever, then, they're like, oh, Shane's now, oh my God, I got to call Shefty. Let him know. Now, I mean, I guess they tell the office, and the office, the NFL office, whatever it is, in the NFL office, whatever, spreads it out to the certain guys that spread the news. So Schefter's, I think, is one of them. So he came out and he reported the Giants are picking up Kayvon's fifth-year option. So this was this was another huge, thing is that, what's going to go on with Kayvon, right? And chances are, I think I read a little article there. I think it's like $15 million it's going to cost the Giants next season. But it was a huge thing because it's like, well, they got Burns, now they got Carter. What are they going to do with Kay? They're going to pick up his fifth-year option? He's going to want whatever, $20 million a year, maybe 20, 25. I don't know. What's he going to want? Are the Giants going to want to pay that? Don't know. Because you got Burnsy, like $29 million a year, right? I think Carter is going to make about $8 million. I think it's around that. When I looked, I think it was the number one pick got about $10 million. The number two pick gets around $9 million. The number three pick gets about $8 million. So Carter's making around $8 million. Burnsy's making about $29 million. And the next season, we're going to have Kayvon making about $15 million. I mean, that's a lot, right? Then you're going to start looking down the road, right? I mean, Now, of course, by the time Carter, if he stays healthy and all that stuff, winds up having to get re-signed after his rookie deal's over. What's he going to want? $40 million a year if he can stay healthy. So, but it was a big thing. What did the Giants? I was reading some reports the Giants might, take their pick number 34, throw Kayvon in there with it, and try to trade back into the first round with the team. But that ain't going to wind up happening because Kayvon's obviously with the Giants this season. They're picking up his fifth-year option next season. And then if you're picking up his fifth-year option, it would be kind of crazy not to at least try to offer the guy a long-term contract, add him for another 3 seasons or something like that. So, but that was a huge thing. So it's nice that we're going to have, this season and next season, we got 3 edge rushers still, and we got Sexy. So this season and next season, right? We got 4 guys, 4 real good guys. And let's not forget about Golston either, right? Let's not forget about him. Yeah. He had a nice, sneaky good year with the Cowboys. So the Giants to pick up the 5th-year option on Kayvon. Giants will pick up the 5th-year option on the rookie contract of outside linebacker Kayvon. Joe Schoen told the media Thursday night the general manager spoke after the selection of Abdul Carter, another premier edge rusher with the 3rd overall choice. Kayvon is going to be here. We're excited to have him. You can't have enough pass rushers, Schoen said. Between those guys coming off the edge, Dexter, Nacho, and I got Robertson-Harris. I'm excited about the D-line. We added Jeremiah Ledbetter, Chauncey Golston. So we're turning the corners where there is some depth at some of these positions, and that will really help us. I'm excited about the group. Again, we're phase 1. So Shane Bowen and his staff and Brian Daboll will get together and figure out the creativity of how they're going to utilize the personnel. The deadline for clubs to exercise the 5th-year option for players selected in the first round of the 2022 draft is May 1st. As laid out in the collective bargaining agreement, each player selected in the first round of the draft has a team option for a 5th season automatically included in his contract, which extends a 4-year rookie contract to a 5th season for a non-negotiable fixed amount. I really like that. It's non-negotiable. Okay, after their 4 years is up. I really, really like this. The team can pick up their 5th-year option, but they also the guys get a raise too. They don't get a full amount like what they might want to, but if the team decides to exercise that 5th-year option, right, which they're probably not going to do on Evan Neal, but if they want with Kayvon, right, Kayvon gets himself a nice little raise. It's guaranteed money, but it's not skyrocketing, right? So teams must exercise this option in the time after the conclusion of the player's 3rd regular season, but prior to May 1st of the following league year. So by next Thursday, right, they have to exercise that, right? So Kayvon, the 5th overall pick by the Giants in 2022, started all 43 games in which he has played over the first 3 seasons. His career numbers include 21 sacks, 26 tackles for loss, 46 quarterback hits, 11 passes defense, 6 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, including 1 for a touchdown against the Commanders. I don't remember, it was the Commanders of the Washington football team when he did it, but Kayvon is the first Giants defender with at least 21 sacks in the first 3 seasons since JPP at 27.5 sacks from 2010 to 2012. He's currently 19th in the franchise all-time sack list, trailing teammate Sexy Dexy, who has 30 sacks in 6 seasons. Kayvon's 11.5 sacks in 2023 are tied for 17th most by a Giant player in a single season. It was the 33rd double-digit sack campaign in team history since it became an official stat in 1982. Kayvon's first career sack came on a game-clinching strip of Baltimore Lamar Jackson, 2022. Giants went on to make the postseason. We know this. Kayvon's 19 sacks in college are tied for 7th in Ducks history. He was the 4th player in program history and the first defensive player to be a unanimous All-American selection. But there's this other article here, okay? So the Giants will exercise Kayvon's 5th-year option. Entering the 2025 NFL Draft, many believe that the Giants would select Abdul Carter, the number 3, overall pick, and then trade away Kayvon. Half of that proved true on Thursday night. The Giants did select Carter 3rd overall, but they were not willing to trade Kayvon. Rather, they will commit to him for at least 1 more season. Speaking to reports after the selection of Carter, General Manager Joe Schoen revealed the team will exercise Kayvon's 5th-year option, keeping him in East Rutherford through the 2026 season. So I said, so for the next 2 seasons, right? We got Carter, we got Burns, we got Sexy Dexy, we got Kayvon. That's a nice front 4. I said we got Golston, too. We got him for 3 years. I really would love for us to get us a nice, good defensive tackle to put next to Dexter. Really good defensive tackle. But Kayvon is going to be here. We're excited to have him, Shane said. You can't have enough pass rushers. All right. Kayvon responded, yeah, we going crazy. Kayvon responded. I guess after they told him maybe they were picking up his 5th-year option, he went on X and he said, yeah, we going crazy. So he knows he's getting himself a nice little boost in salary. I had it here somewhere. Carter shared similar sentiments. We're going to dominate, he told reporters. In addition to Carter and Kayvon, the Giants also have Brian Burns and Chauncey Golston as pass rush options on the outside of nose tackle Dexter Lawrence. Now, I had it here somewhere. Maybe it was another report, and I X'd out of it, maybe. I don't know. That's possible, because I am a moron. I do stuff like that. But I do believe I saw it was going to cost the Giants about $15.5 million to pick up his 5th-year option. I thought I saw that somewhere. Maybe that must have been another report. Maybe I must have X'd out of that. That's possible. But so for at least this next 2 seasons, right, we got a Fab 4, right? It's going to be up to Bowen to figure out what to do with all these guys, right? Like I said, we got Nacho. I'm not overly thrilled with Nacho. He was supposed to really help with the run game. Run game's been very spotty. Run defense been very spotty. Okereke 2 seasons ago under Wink had a nice season. He wasn't horrible last season, but he took a step down. But he also got injured. His back also got injured too. So that might have played into possibly maybe his downgrade of play. I'll have to wait and see. But I said, if you look at last season, of course we lost Xavier McKinney. I get it, but I said, look at last season, and this draft's not even over with yet. Okay, it's not even over with yet. Last season we added Burns, we added Newman, we added Phillips. All right. This year we added Holland, we added Debo, and we added Carter. Right. And we had Kayvon, we have Sexy, we have Bobby Okereke, Mike McFadden. He's doing pretty well for himself. Right. So I'm not saying we're going to be a top 5 defense or something, but we got some playmakers. And I said the draft's not even over with yet. Right? We still have I can't remember what pick 5 we have. I can't remember round 5. I can't remember. We still got pick 65. So we got the first pick in the 3rd round. Then we got pick 105. Okay. So I'm not sure. I guess you never know. But is Shane done wheeling and dealing for this draft? I mean, because we have some holes. Okay, if not some holes, we certainly we can use some depth too. So we could. It would certainly be nice if they drafted an offensive lineman. Really would be nice. Take a running back. Right? If there's a wide receiver out there, and add some depth to the wide receiver. So you can add somebody to the offensive line, right? We got some holes or some questionable, some depth that we certainly need. So is Shane going to start coupling up more picks and moving up to grab one guy, or is he going to? So what do we got? We got a 3rd, we got a 4th, we got a 5th. So we got 5 picks left. We went into this draft with 8. Okay, but we gave up 3 of them tonight to get two players. So we're down to 5 players. And then, of course, a lot of times you get those 7th round picks. Doesn't mean the 7th round pick is going to be garbage, but more often than not, a 7th round pick is a 7th round pick, right? So, but the 5th round pick, I mean, if he can do as well with the 5th round pick as he did with Tracy last year, okay. If not, I mean, if we can get somebody who's maybe a good, decent, some depth in the 5th round pick, right? But boy, I certainly hope that with the next 2 picks, 65 and 105, the Giants really knock it out of the park. Yeah, but so far the draft's off. We got ourselves a nice front wall, defensive wall, and hopefully we have our quarterback of the future. And all this stuff's going to wind up remain to be seen, right? Does this give Daboll an extra year, right, to hang around because he drafted, Dart's supposed to be his guy. Well, let's give him another season if the Giants don't do so well this year. If and when does Dart get into the lineup at all this year? Right? It'd be interesting to say, because that was always one of the questions or whatever, like when Eli, right, got drafted in 2004. Was he going to actually get into the lineup? We got Kurt Warner here. He's a former MVP and all this stuff. And is Eli going to make it in the lineup? And we were 5-4. Eli Manning went in. We were 5-4. Actually, we were 5-2. We lost 2 games. And so we were 5-4, but we still had a chance at a playoff. Right, Coughlin's first season, all that. He pulled Warner, put Eli in there, and the season tanked. Right, it was the same thing with Daniel Jones. Is Daniel Jones going to get in there? I mean, we got Eli Manning. He won us 2 Super Bowls, yada yada yada, all this stuff. Daniel Jones made it on the field his first season, so it's almost the same kind of thing here. We got Russell Wilson. He won a Super Bowl. He should have won 2 Super Bowls. If not for the stupidest play call in Super Bowl history, he would have won 2 Super Bowls. We got Jameson Winston. Is Dart going to make the field? We'll have to wait and see. But so far, so good. The Giants got themselves a blue chip player and hopefully the quarterback in the future. All right, guys, man. 50 minutes. I'll be back again tomorrow night. We'll talk about, I guess, maybe our one and only selection in the third round.